shampoos alone are not going to stimulate your hair growth. Neither will just taking supplements alone. 99% of shampoos truly cannot help with hair growth.
Minoxidil as a hair serum is what people should be paying more attention to if they're struggling with hair loss.
But you should never rely on shampoos alone to help with hair growth. Talking about hair thinning, the one thing that really bugs me is when shampoos say like it stimulates hair growth, or people believe like using, and certainly shampoos, we just talked about it, it's so important for your scalp health. And certainly there may be some shampoos that can kind of create that foundation. But you really want to be careful relying on anything, one product to grow hair, in the sense like shampoos alone are not going to stimulate your hair growth. Neither will just taking supplements alone, but they can be potentially a helpful part of the regimen. But I think any shampoo that is marketed to grow hair, you have to just take it with a grain of salt. And certainly like it may be doing things indirectly, but it's not going to stimulate hair growth, just because like I think technologically and science-wise, we haven't gotten there. The short contact time, I think in my mind, doesn't make sense. You really need to have a longer contact time to stimulate anything. And so can be a good part of a complement to your hair loss treatment, but you should never rely on shampoos alone to help with hair growth.
You know what I find ironic though, are the shampoos. There's like 99% of shampoos truly cannot help with hair growth, but there's like a small 1% that do, and they are not the ones that market their products for hair growth. And what I'm talking about are shampoos. Again, I think if you take anything away from this, is anti-dandruff shampoos can be good for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons, but it's the ingredients in anti-dandruff shampoos like ketoconazole, which we can talk about, and zinc parathione, which we know can create a healthy scalp environment to stimulate a good environment for hair to be thicker and fuller, as well as with ketoconazole can actually inhibit an enzyme that can cause hair to fall out, essentially. So I think that's funny that you bring that up, because there's so many out there that are like, this has biotin, this can grow your hair. No, it actually can't. But the ones that are more medical, that aren't marketed towards that, can actually help.
Right. Oh, I love that, because there have been studies that have been shown like ketoconazole and zinc P, when you pair it, use it alone or pair with a minoxidil, you actually get better results when you use it together with topical minoxidil than just like minoxidil alone. But also, like, I bet all of us probably prescribe, because patients, when they come in for hair loss, even if you just recommend things over the counter, I think they sometimes often want something prescription, right? I feel like you're doing something. And the one thing that I will prescribe when they want something is ketoconazole 2%, because that's the only thing we can prescribe over the prescription. And so that's one thing that I will, like, if they're wanting something shampoo-wise, is I'll write that Nizoral 2% for them to help, again, with reducing the sebum, the yeast, creating a healthier environment for hair growth.
Yeah, no, I love this topic because weirdly, anyone who deals with hair loss, this is the impression that I get from my followers, from my patients. Anyone who deals with hair loss, their first question is, what shampoo can I get to help with my hair loss? It's like they don't even understand that there's a concept of like hair growth serums and like other medicines and prescriptions that can do a significantly better job at helping with hair regrowth and just preventing hair loss. So I don't know what it is. And you're right, Jenny, like it's a short contact therapy. So it's not like the number one thing we recommend. I definitely prescribe 2% ketoconazole shampoo to my patients with hair loss, especially androgenic hair loss. But it's like, no, that's not the thing that I'm relying on to assist people with their hair growth. It's so much more than just that. And yeah, I mean, we've talked about this before, but minoxidil as a hair serum is what people should be paying more attention to if they're struggling with hair loss than like as a leave-on product as opposed to a wash-off shampoo.
Yeah, but people are scared to death of minoxidil for some reason. They think it's
going to cause hair loss.
They're afraid of the hair shed. They're afraid of having to be on it for life. They're afraid of killing their dogs and cats. Like, that has become huge on social media. I can't even say the word minoxidil without someone screaming like, you're killing my dog and cat. Like, gosh, you can't win. Like, here we are giving free advice on social media, not medical advice, but just giving our tips and tricks that we went to school for. And you can never win.
Yeah.
Can we make
You know?
that a hair lie to unalive? Is that people like that minoxidil works? People think that minoxidil does the opposite and causes your hair to fall out. And I would say we can understand that because it can cause initial shedding to sort of recalibrate your hairs to grow and align in the same hair cycle. So some hair has to fall out. And it can take up to 6 months to notice hair growth starting. So it can be so discouraging. So most people will give up even before the 3-month mark. And that's the thing I think that people are so scared about. And they're scared that once they stop it, all the hair is going to fall back out again. Yes, you may have some hair shedding, but your hair is not going to be worse off at all. Your hair's not going to be worse off from having done it. People also think that with Botox too. They think having done Botox, their wrinkles are going to come back even worse.
Yes.
That's not the case either.
Right.